my name is Amanda, also known as Ketoginja if you are new here. So today I'm going to show you guys a really quick and easy fat bomb recipe. It is a pumpkin cheesecake fat bomb. The original recipe, I basically just took the Keto Connect cookie dough recipe, that it's like an edible cookie dough fat bomb, and I tweaked it like crazy to get it somewhere in the pumpkin family. So they get a little bit of credit because they're the ones that gave me the idea for the edible cookie dough. We had an incredibly busy weekend. I am having some kind of like allergy situation today, so I don't feel my best, but I was getting ready to make these and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to show you guys because they're really easy. So let's get to it, shall we? Here's what you need. House is loud right now, so you guys just have to bear with us, okay? You will need 8 ounces of cream cheese, room temperature, 8 tablespoons of butter, also room temperature. Half a cup of pumpkin puree. Now, don't get that confused. You do not want to get pumpkin pie filling. You want to get the pure pumpkin. A half a cup of almond flour. A few packets of stevia. You could also use liquid stevia, but this is what I have on hand. A 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. A 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. 1/4 cup of the Lakanto monk fruit in the golden. And then also just a little less than a 1/4 cup of the brown sugar swerve. You'll also need some pumpkin pie spice, some cinnamon, and last but not least, use some of these white chips by the company Bake Believe. You can get these at Walmart and they are sugar-free, stevia sweetened baking chips. It's super hilarious to me that the company is called Bake Believe and that they call them baking chips because honestly, when you bake them, they disintegrate. I heard Dan like, what is she gonna say? They don't bake well. They melt when you bake them. So the best way that I have found to use them is in recipes where you add them to the end. So if you make a cookie, for example, you'll want to sprinkle them on top at the very end of the baking process, or try to use them in recipes like this that are no bake. That's how they work best.
This is my sprinkle.
It's Dan.
Sprinkle.
Life is crazy right now. Our dryer just took a crap, so now Dan's going outside to try and work on the dryer because I'm a laundry queen. I do like 3 loads of laundry a day, I swear, and not having a washer and dryer today was weirdness. Let's make these. Yes, my house is loud. My dogs are eating, my kids are yelling. Let's do it. Happy Monday. Okay, your very first step is to take your room temperature cream cheese and your room temperature butter and take a hand mixer, and we are going to beat these together on medium until they are perfectly creamed together. Next, we will add our just under a half a cup of pumpkin puree and mix that together as well. Next, we are going to add everything except for the baking chips. So that is just about a half a cup of almond flour, a 1/4 cup of the golden monk fruit, and a 1/4 cup, give or take, of the brown sugar swerve. I'm also adding about a tablespoon of powdered stevia. Adding the little bit of stevia in with the other sweeteners will help cut the cooling sensation that sometimes comes from the erythritol in the swerve. Next, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, just about a 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. Now we are going to blend this all together until it's completely incorporated, and then we will fold in the white chips. Okay, now depending on which brand of pumpkin you use, you may have to add a little bit more almond flour to get it to be on the firmer side. Some canned pumpkin is just thinner than others. I had to add a little sprinkle into mine, but it wasn't more than an extra tablespoon. It's so good. I like mine on the sweet side. If you don't like things super sweet, adjust the amounts of your sweetener. But I basically wanted mine to taste like pumpkin pie, and it does. Now we're gonna fold in the baking chips, and then we're gonna stick it in the fridge for about an hour, and then we'll form it into little scooped balls. If I don't eat it before it's time. About a 1/4 cup of baking chips. And then I'm gonna use a rubber spatula to fold them all together. So this beautiful ball of pumpkin goodness is going to go into the fridge for about an hour, and then we'll scoop it up. While the pumpkin mixture is hanging out in the fridge, I wanted to insert a clip really quickly. If you are new here, I know I say that a lot, but that means that you may not know that I am a wedding photographer. That's what my full-time job is. On Friday, we got to shoot at this amazing venue in St. Augustine called the Treasury at the Plaza. It's a historic building. It used to be a bank. It is an absolute gem, but I wanted to quickly insert a little clip that I took there to show you guys just how beautiful this place was, and then we're gonna scoop up the pumpkin. This venue is in St. Augustine, Florida. It's called the Treasury, and it used to be a bank. It looks like something out of a Disney movie. It's so beautiful. Look at this place. Isn't this amazing? I love it. Look how amazing this place is, you guys. Look at the ceiling. Isn't that the most beautiful venue you've ever seen? It was so inspiring. I love going somewhere new and kind of getting just a fresh, creative opportunity. It was a really amazing wedding. So now it's time to scoop our little pumpkin bites. Let me show you guys. I grabbed a tablespoon scoop and I just pulled the pumpkin mixture out of the fridge. I'm gonna scoop them up, and then you can store them in the fridge or the freezer. It just depends on how you like them. They're great both ways. Got my scoop. I like to scoop them into my hand and just form a little ball. It's that easy. See? So I am going to end up with 2 full platters that look just like this. You can see I have about half left here. I'm gonna stick these into the freezer before I have Dan taste test them for you guys so they firm up a bit. They don't look beautiful, but my goodness, are they good. I just pulled the first platter out of the freezer and they firmed up really, really well. The way that we like to eat these is just by themselves as a snack, or sometimes I will take a little bit of enlightened vanilla ice cream and put one of these inside of it. They're so good. If you do these as a dessert on their own, just squirt a little bit of whipped cream on them or eat them as is. Do you want one?
Yes.
All right, taste test. Now, get out of here. Go ahead. What you waiting for? Get in.
Invitation.
Oh God, they're really, really good. All right, these are officially dangerous. You heard it here first.
All right.
They taste like a pumpkin cheesecake bite, right? Do you like them?
Those aren't making it through the night.
Don't skip the brown sugar swerve. The brown sugar swerve is what gives it that little tiny bit of cookie dough-ish crunch. It really makes a huge difference. I've made it without the brown sugar swerve before. It needs it.
It's like it's like going through my soul and just making
He's touching himself. These are so good and really easy. A good amount of ingredients, but it's no bake, so you can throw them together and be ready to eat them within an hour.
Those are delicious. Y'all know. Oh, anyone who's been here for any length of time knows that I'm a cheesecake fanatic.
It's Dan's favorite.
Those are delicious.
And they're under 1 net carb a piece because I made them super small. They're probably about 0.6 carbs if we were getting technical.
So, which means I could eat every one of those on that plate and not
No,
be
it means
over.
you could have a handful though, for sure. And I like to have a good amount of treat. I don't want something pathetic. So that's it. Pumpkin cheesecake fat bombs.
Sold.
I hope you guys make them. I hope you love them. And if you do a twist or a different spin on them, let us know.
Yeah. Because I want to hear all about it.
I'm gonna go make dinner and get my kids in bed. And did you just die? Did you just choke on air?
I'm not sure. The Earth is trying to kill me.
I asphyxiated on my own breath. Ugh, I'm tired. We love you guys. We'll see you super soon.
Hopefully.
Bye. Dan doesn't choke to death on his own oxygen.